Today, I'm going to answer one of my most frequently asked questions, and that is, how do you succeed with an Etsy store that is one-of-a-kind items? So you sell one-of-a-kind items, meaning lots of different items, but when they sell, they're out of stock and they're gone forever. How do you solve the conundrum of Etsy's quality score system and using it to your advantage? Because essentially, if you sell items that are one of a kind, every time you make a sale, the item goes out of stock, and this means that it is impossible to collect quality score. So let's get into it, and I'm going to answer this for you. So first of all, as you guys all know, I talk a lot about quality score. In fact, quality score is the underpinning success of your Etsy store. If you don't have quality score, then you don't have sales and you don't have any revenue. And some sellers on Etsy have a fundamental problem. They make one-of-a-kind items, like jewelry, for example. And if you make a one-of-a-kind item, you put it into your store, someone comes and buys it, you make the sale, you take the quality score for the item, which is good, but of course the item goes out of stock. And as soon as the item goes out of stock, you lose the quality score. It's not visible in your store. It's literally not counted in your store's overall quality score number. So this is a huge problem for a lot of sellers, and sellers try to get around the problem by listing more items, which in itself is not a bad idea. And if you sell one-of-a-kind items, I would urge you to have a larger rather than smaller store. However, this isn't really going to solve the problem, because we actually have to have a way to start holding on to the quality score that you're making and not just continually manufacturing new quality score on different items. The way to succeed on Etsy, as some of you have heard me say quite a few times, is you have to start to hold on and collect and harvest quality score. That's the secret. It's always the secret. When you look at Etsy stores that have 10,000 sales, 20,000 sales and more, they are doing this. They have decent levels of stock on each item, and they're collecting quality score. They're making repeated sales on many, many items. And of course, one-of-a-kind stores don't have this luxury. So let me break down to you how you resolve this problem. There is a solid path that I use for example, many of my clients are antique stores, and they sell one-of-a-kind items. And I solve this problem of not being able to hold on to quality score using a certain method. So let me explain that now. So what you have to do is think of every product in your one-of-a-kind store as a pipeline. So every product is a pipeline. It has a history. So let's take a bracelet. Let's just say you make a one-of-a-kind silver filigree bracelet. I use this example a lot. Silver filigree bracelet. Let's say you make one-of-a-kind bracelet. The fact of the matter is, you've got to make sure once you've made one item, one pipeline, that you start to make similar products ready behind the item that you've just made. This is the critical piece of information that so many sellers don't understand. So you make a bracelet, that's one-of-a-kind item, but you don't put one in stock. You put 4, 5, 10 in stock. Now I know you don't have them. That's okay. You don't have to have all 10 in stock. The point is, you have materials and make ready more similar bracelets to the one that you have for sale. So let's just say the bracelet that you have for sale, you've only got one of them, it's $50. Someone comes in and purchases that silver filigree bracelet. Great, okay. What you do immediately the item sells, the moment the item sells, you take pictures of the next item. So remember, you've got items ready behind the one that's just sold. Take the pictures of the new item, add them to the item that's just sold. So renew the item that's just sold, or preferably have 4 or 5 in stock of the item so it doesn't even go out of stock. Just change the photos, change the price, change any SEO or description elements, maybe the size or the materials need to be changed slightly. Basically, make any small adjustments that you need to make and publish the item immediately. So what you've done is you've just changed the item pictures and price to reflect the new version of the bracelet, but you've kept the actual listing running. So as far as Etsy is concerned, you've held on to the quality score. You've got more than one in stock, so it didn't go out of stock. It didn't lose any momentum or velocity. And that increases the visibility of the product. So you need pipelines of products. So when you think about your one-of-a-kind products, you need to think, well, okay, I'm not going to make exactly the same product again, but I'm going to have pipeline versions of this product sitting behind the primary product. So as soon as it's sold, I can add the next item in and keep hold of the quality score. This is the answer to one-of-a-kind Etsy stores and how you keep quality score in your store. And you need to do this across as many items as you possibly can. And I guarantee you will make more sales if you do this. I hope that makes sense. Tell me in my comments if this makes sense to you. Tell me in my comments if you're already actually doing this, or tell me if you're willing to give it a try based on the information that I've given you today. Cheers.